lawyer because I pick up conversations between the liars and public pretenders, and I watch a lot of YouTube court shows. Therefore, I identify as a real wannabe lawyer. And I also watch a lot of Charleston White and Say Cheese and DT Vlad and The Art of Dialogue and The Art of Lie-A-Lot. Anyways, let's get right into it. I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers at work, and she was telling me about how she's got to get her hair done and nails for church on Sunday. And I told her, oh, yes, church, the Bible, the greatest story ever told. And I says, no, don't get me wrong. I says, I do believe there is a higher power, a God of the universe that may overlook us. But I don't subscribe to how I was born into believing and going to church on Sunday with grandma and wearing my nicest outfits and my penny loafers, shiny penny loafers, or patent leather shoes. Anyhow, and she goes, well, what do you mean? And I says, well, religions like Christianity and Muslim, I have done massive research with and looked at different researchers that looked at the origins. And it is all basically a story about astrotheology, the stars, the sun, and the moon. The Jewish people, that's why the Sabbath is on Saturday. It is Saturn worship, the Lord of the Rings. And that's why people go to church. Christians worship God's Son, the light of the world, our risen Savior, so that we might live forever. That's right, because you bet if the sun doesn't come out for a week, we're all dead. And then I says, and then she goes, wow, this is interesting. I got to look into this. It makes a lot of common sense. I says, that's right. And then I said, look right here. This is what really made me realize that the Bible and different books like that thousands of years ago was only written to control people and keep everybody in line. I mean, look at this part right here in the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus is asked by the Pharisees if it is right to pay the imperial tax to Caesar. And Jesus' reply was, they burned denarius, and And he says, then he said to them, so give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. And then there's another verse in the Bible that says, this Apostle Paul expands on this, teaching believers to submit to governing authorities and fulfill their financial obligations. That's a red flag, dead giveaway, no-brainer. That God of the heavens wouldn't write that stuff. Oh yeah, make sure you pay taxes for the president of the U.S. Anyways, and she said, wow, so interesting. I said, but still believe in God. Don't get me wrong. Still do good and talk to the universe in your time and